All right, let's go ahead and make this happen. I'm going to put some slides up for those of you guys that are on the actual webinar so I can show you the power of what we do when we talk about shifting your mindset so you can shift your income. Again, my name is Beane. I'm the proud founder of a movement called Extra Digit. And what we do is real simple. We show you how to grow or increase your net worth one digit at a time. If you're making 6 figures, what about making 7? If you're making 3 figures every 2 weeks, what about making 4 figures every 2 weeks? If you're making 4 figures a month, what about making 5 figures a month? But the cool thing about it, what about using strategy to actually do it, right? A lot of people work, and they really think that they can just work and save. And they really think that they can just work and save and work and save. And that's part of the problem. There's nothing wrong with what our parents taught us, but that's not the real solution to everything that you can do, which is work and save. So a lot of people in America find themselves struggling financially because you just think work, save, work, save, work, save. What we do is show you how to take any amount of money and get the understanding that every dollar that you earn is supposed to bring back more friends. Every dollar you make is supposed to bring back $3. Every dollar you make is supposed to bring back $5. You make $20, it should bring back $50, right? You make $100, it should bring back $500. We show you how to increase the rate of return on what? On your money. Nothing risky, just strategy. So I'm gonna pull up some slides here and I'm gonna talk over these slides to give you guys a better understanding on exactly how this works. Give me 2 seconds. All right, so here's how this works. Everybody in America should have 2 financial objectives, okay? So if you're taking notes, I want you to write down 2 objectives. Now, the 2 objectives are simple. Your current lifestyle is paid for by your labor, but your future lifestyle should be paid for by your investments. So if you're taking notes, it's real simple. I want you to write down current equals labor and future equals investments. Now, here's the challenge. One day, you're not going to want to work for a living. It's just the fact of the matter. At some point, you're either going to get tired of working or they're going to get tired of you working. So what you have to do is ask yourself a question. What do I have in place right now so that when I'm done working, when I'm tired of working, when I want to stop working, my lifestyle doesn't change? See, the worst thing in the world is for you to have to come out of retirement and get what's called a retirement job. What that means is you hear a lot of people all the time. They say, well, I work part-time at the post office. I'm retired from General Motors. I got a military check coming in, but you're still talking to them at their new job. Well, what that means is the military, the post office, the GM pension, and their current job still is not enough. So a lot of Americans have to come out of retirement because they didn't learn these 2 strategies. Now, that's not a knock on people that are still working. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with work, but I want you guys to write this down. Be thankful, but not satisfied. Be thankful, but not satisfied. Nothing wrong with a job. You'll never hear me bash a job. What I try to tell people is that a job will not leave a legacy for your children. A job cannot be willed or passed down to your grandchildren. A job will pay you just enough to make a living, and you do just enough not to get fired. So we got to change that mentality, but the only way to change it is to get people to understand what's keeping them behind financially. There are 4 things that keep most people from succeeding. 4. 1 is inflation. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Until you learn these 4 things, until you start to zero in on these 4 things, until you start to take these 4 things more serious, you'll never get wealthy. Now, let me just say this. I'm very upfront and I'm very honest because a lot of people aren't honest with you about finances. And they try to like pull the wool over your head and they try to act like everything you're doing is right. If you just do more of it, you'll be fine. I'll be honest with you guys. If you don't overcome inflation, you'll never get rich. You never get rich. My wealth didn't increase to 7 figures until I learned I got it. I got to put my money into something and then let inflation push it. I got to put my money into something and then I got to let inflation push it. Now, let me say what I mean by this real quick. Inflation is basically the value of the dollar drops every single day if all you have is limited income. Let me say this again. The value of your dollar drops every day if all you have is limited income. Now, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank goodness, man. I mean, it's been a crazy winds and a crazy storm coming through the South. God bless everybody in Florida. God bless everybody in Houston. God bless everybody in New Orleans. God bless everybody, right? Period. But you notice how the gas prices went up and they took advantage of a bad situation? That's called capitalism. So let me get this straight. Gas company said, And even some water bottle companies had the nerve to increase prices when people need it the most. Now, don't get me wrong. In some cases, that's supply and demand. It's the way it works in capitalism. But in other cases, if you had limited income and you had an emergency and gas prices are now double or triple, guess what? Your dollar is buying less gas. That's what we mean. That's what we mean by the value of the dollar drops every day. You don't have to have Hurricane Irma or Jose or Harvey or nothing else for your dollar to lose value. Gas increases, your money decreases because the amount of money that you used to put in the gas tank that used to fill up the car now only fills up a quarter of a tank. So if 20 bucks used to be the same 20 bucks, same piece of paper, same color, same president, and it would fill up half your tank, but now it's filling up a quarter of your tank, guess what? Your 20 bucks lost 50% of its value. Now multiply that inflation by groceries, daycare, healthcare, rent. See, when everything else doubles, your money has to triple. The problem with most Americans is everything is doubling, but their money is staying the same. So the reality is your money actually is half of what it used to be. You ever got married or got a raise and said, why am I still struggling? Well, that's because by the time you got married and brought two incomes together, or by the time you got your raise, guess what? Everything else tripled and quadrupled. So you're still doing what we call hustling backwards. Guys, you got to put your money in things that outpace inflation, not stay with inflation and not decrease with inflation. Number 2, taxes. Again, these are the 4 things that keep you from meeting your 2 objectives. 1 is taxes. Inflation. 2 is taxes. Now, why is this important? Well, write this down. Taxes take the first 1/3 of your income. 1/3 of your money is gone off the top. See, if you have a W-2, again, there's nothing wrong with a job, but you have to understand what you signed up for. You signed up for the program that says take the taxes off the top. So now, do you understand that when you take 1/3 of your income off the top, you now live off 2/3? But from January to April, which is 1/3 of the year, you paid the federal government. Let me say this again. Most people work for the federal government from January to April. You don't start getting paid until May. So for 8 months of the year, even though you work 12, you get to keep that money. But the first 1/3 went to the government if you have a W-2. See, the problem with most people is they try to budget their way out of financial trouble. If I cut my cell phone bill, if we stop eating out so much, if we carpool, if we get cheaper groceries, if we get cheaper gas, see, that's budgeting, and that's okay. But budgeting won't make you wealthy. You got to get your number 1 liability down, which is the taxes. Now, here's number 3, debt. I want you to write down taxes cause debt. Okay? So we got a belief. Our belief is if the government put you in debt, shouldn't they get you out of debt? Here's why. If the government took 1/3 of your money, all right, off the top, then in order to get back up to 3/3, which is a whole, you had to borrow the 1/3 back. So the government takes 1/3 of your money, and then you got to borrow from the banks, then pay back interest on what you borrow from the banks because of the government. So let me put it in layman terms for you. You make $50,000 a year. Government takes 18. You got to borrow the 18 to get back to 50, which is what you had. But then you got to pay back 24. So the government kick you in the stomach and then the bank kick you in the ass. So you going back and forth, stomach hurt, ass hurt. Your stomach hurt, then your ass hurt. You wonder why? Because you're getting kicked in the butt by the banks, interest rates, late fees, overdraft fees, personal loans, credit cards, student loans, car notes, mortgages, right? That's why I'm using that term. You know, a lot of you guys like, what? Yeah, because you're getting your ass kicked if your interest rates are high, and banks love it. But the entity that puts you in that position is the federal government, because they took the money first from you that made you have to borrow. It's called capitalism. See, again, these are the 4 things that are keeping you from succeeding. Now, in a second, I'm going to shift to what you need in order to get out of financial trouble. This is crucial, okay? Number 4 is big business. Big business. Now, we talked about this a second ago. Big business has a way of making sure you continue to spend. Every day, every week, every month, and every year, there's something that big business drives that makes consumers go, I have to have that today. New car, new Jaguar, new iPhone, new Android, new curved TV instead of flat TV. Every month, there's also a what? A holiday that you have to celebrate. Now, people say, not me. Well, I'm talking about, you may not do it individually. Like, I don't celebrate a whole bunch of holidays either. But collectively, big business has a way of making sure everybody spends money with them. Now, here's what I mean. January. Now, let's start with September. Labor Day. People get an extra day off. They go barbecue, spend money at the grocery store. October, Halloween. People buy candy. $1 billion month for candy and costumes. $1 billion month. November, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Thanksgiving is now in the middle. What precedes that is Brown Thursday. Everything goes on sale for Cyber Monday online the next day. Everything went on sale prior to Thanksgiving for Black Friday. Everything went on sale on Thanksgiving on Brown Thursday to get you ready for December, which is Christmas. 31st, New Year's Eve. The 1st, which is New Year's. The 14th of February, Valentine's. March, spring break. April, Easter. May, Mother's Day. June, Father's Day. July, 4th of July. August, back to school. September, Labor Day again. October, back to Halloween. November, back to Thanksgiving. So every month, there's something for you to celebrate. Here's my question. Nothing wrong with celebrating, but why don't you celebrate when you get wealthy instead of celebrating and making Fortune 500 companies wealthier? That's all I'm saying. So if you understand now that we can put a strategy on top of your money. See, what we do is real simple. Our concept is called income shifting. We partnered up with my Incone, and we all partner with my Incone because of one simple concept. My Incone teaches strategy, not sales. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. You can't teach charisma. You can't duplicate a sales gift. You can't duplicate and motivate everybody the rest of your life. But what you can do, that's what sales requires. I know because I did it for 15 years. And I was very, very good at it. I earned 7 figures in sales. But what I had to learn was, you know what? Everybody can't sell, but a lot of people, everybody can't sell, but a lot of people can strategize their way to wealth. You see, if you take this amount of money with this interest rate, compound it over this period of time, I don't care if you're good at sales or not, you can become wealthy. If you want to be wealthy, everybody can become wealthy. But the first thing you have to do is figure out who's stopping you from getting wealthy. And I just told you the 4 things that's stopping you from getting wealthy: inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. So what we do for a living is simple. We travel the country. We travel the world. We do webinars like this. We have conference calls every week. We do Facebook Lives. We do whatever we need to do to spread this message. Please start strategizing today so that you can leave a legacy tomorrow. You're not talking to somebody who doesn't understand the difference between strategy and sales. I tell you guys, I own a training company called Mentor to Millions. I've been all over the world throughout my career showing people 2 things. If you shift your mindset, you can do whatever you want to do, but you got to shift your mindset first and become a new you so that the new money and the new you can come together. The problem with most people is they want new money, but they want to be the old you. The old you can't make new money, because if the old you can make new money, you would have new money. It takes a new you to make new money. So understand, we show you how to grow your income by an extra digit. I started the extra digit movement because I said, wait a minute, in retrospect, how did I make $1 million and then lose $1 million and then get it all back? The first time I made it was with sales. The second time was simple. It was strategy. So now I can show anybody how, number one, not to make the same mistakes I made in my 20s, And number two, how did I rebound in my 30s and start building assets worth millions of dollars? Now, here's the key to this whole solution factor: income shifting. See, you have to shift your money back from the people who shifted it from you. Let me say this again. You have to shift your money back from the people who shifted it from you. So within the first 3 days, actually, we're going to show you guys how to create what's called positive cash flow, or more cash flow for yourself. Within 6 weeks, we're going to show you guys how to start earning business income. Okay. So within the first 3 days, not 3 months, but 3 days, we got all kinds of techniques that you can start pulling cash flow back into your house. Within 6 weeks, we've accelerated this program now, where 6 weeks later, guess what you can do? Start building what's called business income. And within 9 months, you need to be investing. We call that cash, asset, cash. Let's take some cash within 3 weeks. 3 days, some business income within 6 weeks. And now let's create some assets within 9 months. Now you're successfully strategizing your way to wealth using assets to create the money for you. Now, let's break this down letter by letter. You would think this education was like $100, $600. Let me relieve everybody right now. Our membership is $34.95 per month. I'll be honest, guys. If you don't have $1 a day, I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. $1 a day is $1.17 a day is more, less than some of you guys spend on coffee. All right. But we'll make Starbucks wealthy and we'll put that gas in our car, but we won't invest $34 a month in your own business. So what the $34 a month does, not only does it give you the membership that I'll break down, but it gives you the strategy, number one. Number two, it gives you the software to implement the strategy. Number three, it gives you the system, necessary, the reporting system, the commission checks. In other words, your website, the things you need to run your business. And that all leads to your success. So first, we got to teach you and educate you for $34 a month. What do wealthy people do? How do wealthy people think? What do broke people do that's different, that gives them a different result? So then we got to give you the software, because part of becoming wealthy is excellent record keeping. We give you the mobile app and the software necessary to chart your goals. Then we give you the system, the reporting system, the website, the text messages, and everything you need to implement and run your business. And that all leads to your success. So Brian, what is my $34.95 again? First of all, it's tax deductible. That's the important thing. So you need tax write-off. So the government will either take your $34.95 somewhere else in taxes, or you can put it into your business and tell them to lower your taxes. Let me say that again. The government can either take $34.95 from you in taxes, which they will, way more than that, or you can take the $34.95, put it in a business, and lower your taxes every single month. But that's the importance of shifting your mindset. Now, the first thing we do, we got to find you some cash flow. Your membership is designed to give you services up front while you build your wealth on the backside. So up front, we're going to give you identity theft protection. You guys heard about, what's that, Equifax and the big breach, over 130 million people? You're going to have all kind of scams come out of that kind of thing when people are using your social, using your identity. We have $1 million policy. We'll cover you up to $1 million if somebody uses your identity. Okay. We have key logging, which is identity theft protection on the front end. Okay. We have Legal Club of America. You ever need to talk to an attorney? You ever need to get some advice? You ever need to set up your trust fund? You want to set up your will? You want to set up whatever, right? 30, 40, 50% discounts. You need to sue somebody. You want to patent something. You got a great idea. You need to get it copywritten, trademark, patent, all this protected, asset protection. All these different things are included in your membership for huge discounts. What caused me to lose my first $1 million? I got audited in my 20s twice. Okay. Didn't have any record keeping. Didn't know the things that you guys are learning right now. Okay. We got tax preparation and audit assistance with huge discounts included in your membership for $34.95. So the first thing we need to do is find you some money. Let's find you some money somewhere. And you know what the first place we're going to look at the federal government because they're the individuals taking your money. Now, Brian Beane did not make this up. This document that you're looking at, I didn't create this, okay? This is in 2005, over 10 years ago, almost 12 years ago. The government said, look, where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck, or you make an estimated tax payment. In other words, your refund comes from you. Now look, this is irs.gov. They're about to give you some serious advice. For the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. So the federal government put out a notice and said, look, you're overpaying your taxes. About the average person overpays $40 a week too much in taxes. Now, that's the average person. Can you imagine what above average people do? That's the average. Now, you might be using the extra withholdings as a forced savings method, but Uncle Sam does not pay interest on refunds, except in special circumstances. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debt may be a better option. So the federal government, not Brian Beane, not the person who introduced you to this webinar, not the person who introduced you to Facebook, the federal government said, look, why don't you take the extra money and instead of using it as a forced savings method, quote unquote, which is a tax refund, because everybody gets excited around April because they get this big check that's really their money back after the government invested it and gave you pennies back after they made billions on all of us. If you had your money up front, imagine instead of you getting a $6,000 check, imagine you getting $500 extra per month. Now, the compound interest of your $500 per month over the period of 5 to 10 years will bring you 80 to 90,000 instead of 6,000. See? So 6,000 times 10 years in tax refunds will be 60,000. 500 a month times 10 years is the eighth wonder of the world. Compound interest will bring you like 120,000. See the difference? So I want you guys to realize that getting your money up front and putting it to work allows money to work for you and allows you to get tax breaks. Getting a tax refund allows you to pay off the debt that you accumulated because you don't have any tax breaks. Just a theory I've been working on. Okay, let's keep going. So what we do is we create 5 income streams with the 1 income stream that you just created. 5 income streams. Income stream number 1, the tax savings. We're going to take the tax savings. Let's say, for example, we save you $450 a month. We're going to take the $450 a month and we're going to double down on your debt. So if you're making a $400 payment on some debt, a car note or credit cards, we're going to take the regular $400 and the new $450 and send them $950. Think about it. You didn't do anything different. You already paying a $400 car note. We let the government and our home-based business bring us a new $450. Now we send the car note $950 and get rid of that bad boy in 18 months instead of 60. You see what I'm saying? In 22 months instead of 50 or whatever. Now we take the car note, the new $900, take the current mortgage, let's say $1,200, and send them $2,100. Now you got a 9-year payment instead of 30. So all you did was you took the tax dollars, no matter how big or small, and you put that to work to snowball into other forms of cash flow. Now you take 1 income stream, which is your education, your financial education, and your new tax dollars, and you create 4 more with it. We lower your expenses, number 1. We have the tax dollars coming in, number 2. We got the debt going away, number 3. Then we're showing people how to do that, number 4. That's business income. And number 5, you're taking the money from 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're investing it in number 5. Now you got 5 income streams instead of 1. It all started with what? You bringing the tax dollars back in. That's important, okay? So the first thing we have to do in order for you to bring the tax dollars back is you have to show the government and prove to the government that you have a legitimate home-based business. It's legitimate. It's not, a shell. The definition of a business is you are making a legitimate attempt to gain a profit. It can't be a hobby. The only way the government says, yeah, you're making a legitimate attempt is you have to show the receipts. So part of your $34.95 is we download our software onto your cell phone. Now you take your cell phone, take pictures of your receipts, upload them into the cloud. You went out to eat. You put some gas in your car. You got your internet bill. You got meals and entertainment. Whatever you did, now guess what? All of that is stored on our mobile app. And then you send that file to your CPA and your taxes are lower because you expensed everything through your business. Let me show you how it works. The cash flow manager is part of your $34.95. So let's say you want to enter an expense. You say, look, I went to Red Lobster. It was $35.17. I had a team meeting. I was in Chicago. Oh, by the way, my $34.95, my Incone monthly fee, drafts every month. Perfect. Oh, by the way, my check this week, for example, was $1,853 because I now have a home-based business. I'm generating more income. Perfect. Everything is stored in your cell phone. Now, all those things that you entered on all those different days is put on one spreadsheet. See, we just house it for you. So now there's your Red Lobster, $35.17. There's your monthly fee, $34.95. There's your income, $1,800. Now you just print this bad boy out or put it on a zip drive or email it to your CPA. They take all your expenses, they take all your income, and your taxes come down because of your home-based business. See, there's a new sheriff in town called 1099 at this point. The old sheriff was called W-2. W-2 says, take my taxes off the top. Y'all get paid first. 1099 says, no, we're going to get paid first, and then we pay the government last. See, so that's the key to owning a business and having a 1099 in your portfolio. The key to a 1099 portfolio is simple. You get paid first, and the government allows you to do that legally, ethically, and morally because it came from 1099 money. W-2 money automatically says give it to them first. That's the difference. The only way to do it is you got to keep good records. And they say, great, you writing off your gas, you using your car, you got depreciation on your laptop, you got a cell phone bill, you got your internet bill, you got the $34.95, you are legitimately in business, right? Now you can show other individuals how to do the same thing, and we earn weekly bonuses and residual income if you choose to share the business. Now, this is important. I gotta say this. This is like, to me, a no-brainer, okay? I think people miss this, and I want to look you in your eye when I say this because this is important. When people, and I'm wrapping up now, when people hear that you can make money by sharing your business, isn't it amazing that when it comes to labor, people understand leverage, but when it comes to business and money, people hate leverage? Because a lot of y'all right now, you're like, wait a minute, I can get weekly checks for sharing the business? Yes, okay, I've seen 5-figure weeks. More than my job was paying me all month. I've earned in 7 days. Okay, from leverage. Labor is simple. If I got 100 chairs and I got 100 men, and I'm trying to take all these chairs out of this room, I would almost look crazy doing all these chairs, moving all these chairs by myself. In fact, some of y'all will be like, the boy's so arrogant. Why don't he just ask for some help? It's 100 of us in here. No, I got it. I got it. I got it. I don't need nobody's help. In other words, when it comes to labor, you would almost flip it on me like I was crazy. Brian, it's 100 of us in here. If we grab one chair apiece, the room will be empty in 60 seconds. See, that's leverage. You understand it when it comes to labor. Here's my question. Why don't people understand leverage when it comes to money? See, the chairs are your money, but most people are broke because they're saying, I got it. I got it. I got it. I don't need no help. I don't want no help. I'm going to get all these chairs if it kill me. And guess what? It probably will. Because most people work until they die. And that's just a fact. Instead of you going, wait a minute. Why don't I make $10 off 100 men and move these chairs out of here and have $1,000 instead of $1 for every chair and have $100 and have to do it all over again tomorrow? See, we understand. See, it's amazing to me. It's just the mindset of people. People tell you that you can earn business income and get paid today off something you did 10 years ago. I still get paid today and generate wealth off decisions I made in 1996. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. A college student, decisions I made 20 years ago, I still get paid today. Decisions I make today, I'll still get paid 20 years from now. A lot of my colleagues watching this webinar, watching this Facebook Live, the people that introduce you to this concept of income shifting will get paid 50 years from now off 2 or 3 webinars we did last year. Why don't you learn the concept of leverage so you can stop working for every dime and start having dimes work for you? So man, all I can tell you is this. We earn $3, $5, or $8 per month off every $34.95 that we generate. $3, $5, or $8 a month off every $34.95 we generate. Now, how powerful is that? Now, I also want to tell you this. Every time a person says, I like this membership, you teaching the strategies, you're saving records, you're giving us the software, you're giving us the website, you're giving us the reporting system, you're giving us the commission checks. You earn anywhere from $10 to $25 to $35 for personal referrals, okay? Anywhere from $10 to $35. And if I tell my brother who lives in California, or I tell my sister who lives in Tennessee, or I have another brother that lives in Atlanta, you earn $25 off people you don't even know every single week, every single person, every single membership, just like clockwork. Then the residual income coming every single month as people learn the business. So all I'm telling you guys is this before I go. The 9 represents investment income. You got to start learning how to invest. Let me tell you guys something. I want you to write this down. Until you start investing, you're not even on the road to wealth. Not even, look, it's not even close. Until you start investing, you're not even on the road to wealth, because investments are the only place where money's working while you sleep. Anything other than that, you're working for every dime. Yeah. So what I'm saying to you guys is simple. Take some cash that we're going to create for you by eliminating your debt and lowering your taxes. Learn the power of a home-based business and an asset generating, income producing asset. Then take the asset and the new cash and create more cash with your investments. That's called cash, asset, cash. That's called income shifting. So what I want you guys to do is simple. I want you to get with the person who introduced you to this webinar tonight. Let me show you everything you get before I go. I want you to tell them whether you're in or you're out. Don't develop a headache, hypertension, stress, stroke, heart attack, and die. Okay? These checks are real. The money's real. We get paid every Friday. I'm not making any guarantees that you'll make $10,000 in 1 week or $5,000 in 1 week or $100 in 1 week. I'm not making any income claims. What I'm saying to you is I personally have seen the benefit of leverage, and you will too.